Welcome to Askjennymayashley. Welcome to Askjennymayashley, where I let your voice be heard and answer your questions. In today's episode, I share some of my experiences on how I overcome, and my goal is to encourage, inspire, and motivate the listener that I too go through the same things that you go through, and that there is light at the end of the tunnel. So today's guest is Women of Impact from YouTube, and their question is, what is the biggest lie you've told yourself, and what were the repercussions of believing that lie? Alright, so that's a very good question, and I'm going to just go ahead and start answering the question. So the biggest lie that I've told myself is that I look ugly without makeup on. And that was clearly a lie, but in that moment of time where I was in life, I truly believed that. How I realized that that was a lie was when it was time for me to basically get up and leave and just go on an outing for that day. My aunt Jenny, she basically told me, like, let's go, we're about to go somewhere. And I was like, oh no, I gotta go do my makeup. And she was like, why are you doing your makeup? And I was like, well, because I'm not gonna leave the house without it. And then she was just looking at me like, what? Like, why? And I was like, oh, because I'm ugly without makeup on. And she was like basically letting me know, like, no, you're not, you're really pretty. And she was just letting me know how, like, look, I don't wear makeup and I still feel good about myself. And so it was like this journey. Even though I heard her saying that, I truly still did not believe it. So I was like, all right, and still went about my way and put on makeup. But no matter what, I still always had, that thought in my mind that, like, oh, maybe she's right, but when I look at myself in the mirror, I just did not believe it. And I believe it was just based off how other people viewed me. And I think that's where we're going to get into answering the next part of the question, which is, what were the repercussions of believing that lie? So me believing the lie that I'm ugly without makeup on required me to not leave out the house without it, meaning I basically have to take all that time to get ready and get dressed to what I feel is good enough. And then also what caused me to have repercussions by believing that lie is low self-esteem. I mean, my self-esteem is pretty much shot, and that's basic. Literally, I believe it's based off what other people's view of me. I literally latched on after so many times of you hearing the same thing over and over and over again, or you just have experiences throughout the day and they're all the same things. You don't feel loved, you don't feel like anyone cares, no one sees you. You kind of start to believe that lie. And that was just who I was at that time. So what I did was just went on about my day. And every day, Jenny would basically say good things to me, but then there was times where she developed this idea where she'd call me a clown. Now, the clown wasn't to be like, oh, you're funny, you're goofy, things like that. No, it was just basically saying, you're a clown. You're a person who hides behind the makeup. You're someone who hides behind who you are. That's what, if you guys just take the time to this, some people are afraid of clowns, but I want you guys to kind of visualize what a clown would look like. They got all kind of makeup on their face. They, on the outside, they made their face look as if they are happy. But as soon as the makeup comes off, as soon as they take off that costume of happy-go-lucky, they don't look too happy under it. And that's just basically what she meant by that. Because I'm a type of person where I want everyone to be happy. I want everyone to feel happy. But if you don't feel happy, then that's just you portraying to be somebody that you're not. And in the moments, I didn't think of it. I just kind of accepted it, laugh it off and things like that. But I completely understood what she meant by that, So after so long, I would just... there was this day where I decided to get the courage, oh man, was it courage, to take the makeup off and to go about my day. Now, see, at this time, I was living with her when she would bring it up, and when the day that I decided to have courage and just go without makeup, I was no longer living with her, but when I did that, I got compliments and people were like, "Oh, you look so pretty." And I was like, I pointed to myself like, "Me? Like, are y'all sure y'all talking to me?" They're like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you." And I kept on with my day. But as I was just going with the day, I was just thinking like, damn, do they not realize like I don't have on any makeup? Like, what? So like after so long, it's like I was just thinking like, "Oh, okay, I think I could do this." But you see, it took more people to start basically saying like, "Oh, you are pretty without makeup on," just so that way your mind can basically start to believe it. It's this terrible cycle that I know many people go through in life, and that's just because one, they probably don't know who they are, and for me, that's exactly what it was. I didn't know who I was. I only knew what people told me I was. I only knew what I was living, even though deep down I knew that there was something more to what I believed in myself. I was not able to show it on the outside. I was really good at hiding my emotions, hiding how I feel, and not really speaking about what I feel. If I know that it's going to hurt someone's feelings, I typically tend to keep it to myself, or I'll smile all day, every day, and no one would ever know that I'm upset or angry or anything because I'm smiling. I mean, I'm very good at hiding behind a smile. And hello, isn't that what clowns do? I mean, they're so good at hiding behind their smile. I mean, they'll juggle in front of you smiling, just to make you happy. And that's pretty much what I was doing. I was juggling life and putting myself below but everybody else in front of me, and making sure that they're happy and that they're good and that they're okay, but not checking on with myself. So I want to let you guys know that I'm no longer that particular person. I was able to find steps and ways to be able to be a better person, to actually believe in myself and wear makeup outside and feel good about myself and just learn how to have self-love. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some tools that you can also use that has helped me to become a better person. So what I did was I started to look at myself in the mirror and tell myself that, Ashley, you are beautiful, you are worthy, you are kind, you are a good person, you deserve the best and nothing less. And I would like literally do this. It was like a ritual. I would do it every day, and when I would say it to myself in the mirror, there would be tears falling down my eyes. Why? Because I'm now telling this person something different, and I'm looking at myself eye to eye in the mirror. So at the end of the day, whoever is behind those eyes is feeling like, damn, somebody actually cares about me, and so that's where I believe like the tears would fall. And it's like every tear that falls, it's as if it's everything like that you once knew is gone. You're now rebuilding yourself. And when I walk out the bathroom, I feel taller, I feel more confident, I feel like I could take on the world, and I'm like, I'm not wearing makeup today, and it's something about just feeling good about yourself and just rebuilding yourself. Then there would be the next step that I would do is, after that, I would start to get a notebook and I would just write down all the great things that I love about myself, or all the great things that I am, really good at, and things like that. Just sometimes you have to like be your own encourager and you have to boost your own self up. And so I'm basically like rebuilding everything that from what I once known. I'm like chipping off everything and rebuilding, so that's basically like if you see a house that's breaking down, you have to chip it all away, break it all down and rebuild, and that way you could become a stronger person. And basically that's what I was doing. So I said, go ahead and say positive affirmations to yourself in the mirror. Write down the positive affirmations, that way you can start to believe it. then you're going to have to be bold enough to just take off the makeup. Whatever it is that you're doing that you feel like you should work on, you should start doing it. So every day I wouldn't wear any makeup, and still going about my day, things like that. But at this point, I believe what I was saying, so it was good. Let's see, other things that I did. I made sure that if anyone had something to say, because I was also still around some people that are used to me wearing makeup, and they would start to project how they feel onto me. And then I feel like that was when I was starting to realize, like, oh, okay, I'm getting tested. Once you come up with an idea that this is who I am, this is what I'm going to be, that's when test starts to come. And those tests is people that's going to come up to you and tell you the complete opposite of who you are. So at this point, they're trying to make you believe that you're still the old person, and it's up to you to have that strength and be like, no, I look good without makeup. Like, maybe you can go put on some makeup if you want, but I look good without it. Like, you have to be aggressive. You have to be bold enough to speak your mind, say what you got to say, because if you allow other people to continue to make you feel like you're that old person, like your old self, your past self, like, you owe it to yourself to make yourself, like, speak up for yourself, because if you don't, then who else will? And it's okay if you get tested. Just know that that's just to prove to yourself that you are capable of being this new person. Prove to yourself that you can be bold enough to be like, this is me, like it or not. And if anyone is saying anything negative to you about what you look like, or if you decide to change who you are for the better, and if anyone has a problem with it, well, just let them have that problem and go on with their day. You don't even have to speak to them anymore. You can slowly but surely stop talking to them and just continue to tell yourself who you are. So thank you for that question. I truly am very grateful for you to have asked that. It was such a compacted question, and I was definitely excited to be able to answer it. I wanted to go ahead and end this with, do you have a burning question that you would like me to answer? Comment hashtag Askjennymayashley. That's hashtag AskJennymayashley. And your question on YouTube or Instagram, and you may appear on the next episode. Hit the subscribe button so you can be notified on the next episode, where you can get your question answered here on Askjennymayashley's podcast. Basically, what you'll do is you'll go ahead and you'll comment down below, either on my Instagram page, it's Jenny May Ashley, or the YouTube down in the comment section below, Jenny May Ashley. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that way you can be notified of the next upcoming episode. Thank you as always for listening to hashtag Askjennymayashley. Have a good day.